Passage Genesis chapter 3 verse 4, we read like this. But the serpent said to the woman,
But the serpent said to the
you
woman,
will not die.
You will not die.
And fifth one, next one. For God knows
For God knows
that when you eat of it,
that when you eat of it,
your eyes will be opened,
your eyes will be opened,
and you will be like God,
and you will be like
knowing
God,
good and evil.
knowing good and evil.
My dear brothers and sisters, Satan's temptation is very strong. You know why? Because there is truth in it. There is partial truth in it. That is why temptation is very strong. Suppose if somebody tempt you with a lie and you know it is a lie, you will not be tempted. It's very easy to overcome the temptation which is clearly a lie. But here the temptation comes in the form of truth. He says, God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened. Of course, the eyes were opened. And he said, you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Because only God knows what is good and what is bad. Now, these people only knows good. But once they taste it, they also will know what is evil. So the devil, what he said is true. But at the same time, not fully true. Partial truth. The temptation of the devil is so strong because there is truth in it, partial truth in it. If there was no truth in what he says, nobody will be tempted. We all have common sense to understand what is right and wrong. Therefore, we may not fall into temptations if there is no truth in it. Devil is so cunning and crooked and he is so sharp, and therefore when he tempts you, he will tempt you with some truth in it. So that is why nowadays many people are being diverted, manipulated, and even influenced by the evil one because they feel there is truth in it. That's how the devil works. He will give you some truth in it. Praise the Lord.
Praise the
and
Lord.
That is the work of the devil, my dear brothers and sisters. This is how the devil tempts each and every one of us. So it was true that the eyes were opened. The eyes were opened. But which eye, he didn't explain. It was true that they know good and evil. But the consequence of the evil that is affecting them, he did not tell them. So he will tell you some truth, but the result will be disaster. For example, when the devil tell you, if you go for black magic, you will easily flourish. If your business is not working properly, you call some Baba, you go there and do some black magic, some kind of trick, and you do this, do that, and then your business will flourish. And it looks like truthful because he will give you some examples. Look at them, they did and they were successful. Look at this family, they did, they are successful. And these kinds of truth, partial truth, will influence many young people, even families, to go for black magic, witchcraft and everything. And once they do it, instantly they see some result. But ultimately it is going to destroy the whole family. I have hundreds of examples in front of me who are destroyed because they have gone for black magic, sin against first commandment. But remember, devil is still tempting people with these partial truths. Devil is still working on many families who are influenced by this wrong information. Since there is some examples, people believe the devil and follow this evil. And now they are going through the consequence of this evil that they have done. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, when the devil promises you some goodness, some truthfulness, don't follow, even if it is partially truth, or even if you feel it is truth, don't follow it. Just blindly believe what Bible says and Jesus says. You will be safe. Sometimes the devil will influence you like this with negative things. But we don't even realize it's negative. We think it's positive and end up in negative. So let's examine our conscience and see, are we influenced by the wrong informations the devil and evil one is giving us today? Are we listening to the wrong people? Are we following the teaching of Jesus and the Bible? Or do we think this is out fashion and what the people in the world is telling us is the truth, and our friends are telling us what they are telling us is the truth? Are we influenced by them? then we are in danger, my dear brothers and sisters. Praise the Lord.